Hi.
Sorry, I just took a drink. It's
I
like,
did too.
hello, welcome, friends. It is Sunday, yay!
Hi,
It is
everybody.
Sunday, yay! Another freezing cold night, another weather warning. Welcome to
Luckily, I
Canada.
can't
What can I
say
tell you?
that.
What can I tell you? So, Vicky is here. Everybody say hello to Vicky. I
Hi.
needed to record or download, I guess, or upload, whatever, an applause. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Or a drum roll or a ding dong or something. The closest thing I have is a cowbell. It's not really that effective. There you go. I love it.
Yeah.
So Vicky's here. We're going to do Oracle Garden readings. There it is. And I will put the link is in the description box. I do not own the Oracle Garden. I get no compensation from the Oracle Garden. But the link is in the description box if you are interested in purchasing or finding out more information about it. Vicky and I enjoy tossing the stones in the Oracle Garden. These are
Yeah.
the stones. Pardon me. Sorry. You have your 5 crystals. You have your pyrite for grounding, your amethyst, which is your spirit, your
Spirit.
sodalite, which is your clarity, your orange calcite, which is your mind, and your fuchsite, which is your body. And you toss that into the cloth, which is the Oracle Garden, and has tiles and has a whole sheet of information. And
Mhm.
no, we don't have them memorized yet, but I'm
No,
sure
neither do I. It's a
I have
lot to
no
memorize.
idea. Like, how long do you think it would take you to memorize this sheet?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. My memory's not great enough. It would take me a while.
Right? It's like the periodic table when you were in
Yeah,
physics or chemistry or
exactly.
whatever. It's like
Yeah, I was a lot younger then.
Tiro was hard enough. I'm not memorizing this sheet. Anyway, moving on. So let's say hi. We don't have a lot of people in here, but we have a few. Ivana is in the house. Sin is in the house. Jessica Lynn is here. Kristen Louise is in the house. Thank you for being here, you guys. We appreciate it. We
Yeah,
had 7,
well,
now it's
now
down to
it's
4. So thank you for that. You guys know all the things to do. Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment when the video is over. If you're subscribed, thank you. I did turn subscribers only for an hour on, um, just to test out a theory that I have. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. And also send Vicky some love. She is new to the whole channel situation on YouTube and could use some support. So head on over there. Her link is in the description box. I will throw it into the chat in a moment. And without further ado, let's find out who is interested in doing or getting a reading for what's coming up for you in February. That's what we're doing tonight. Hi, Deb. How you doing, love? How you feeling? Hi, Maria. How you doing? All right. So Ivana wants a reading.
okay.
Ivana
Right
said,
on.
we are heading into the 30 degrees and it feels like a heat wave, right?
Yeah.
You doing all right? Good to hear, Deb. Good to hear, my love. It's good to see you. We have lots of people in the chat tonight that have channels. Spirit Tribe Talks with Deborah has a channel. Ivana has a channel. You guys know Ivana
Okay.
reads with me often.
All right. Yes.
Uh, Kristen Louise, I believe you have a channel as well, love. Show all my friends some support. Oh, you start radiation in February? Well, we're all sending love and prayers and good vibes to you. Quincy has decided to jump on the oracle cloth, which is not gonna. Honey, no, you can't eat the crystals and you can't stay. So you got to go. We love you. Thank you for visiting. What a cat. All right. Jessica Lynn and Ivana want a reading. Let's jump in and get started. If anyone else wants a reading, let us know. And we will go from there. We're going to start with Ivana because she asked us.
Okay. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start if you want. Kristen says that she is doing her first live readings next month with Toadstool Tarot. She's nervous. Don't be nervous, love. You're going to be fine.
Good. Congratulations. Just that first step is always the hardest.
Turn the
All
camera
right.
on, be yourself, and you will be fine.
Yes.
That is my best advice. Spirit will bring towards you whoever needs to come.
Yes. Okay, my first stone, I'm going to read outward and then inward, and I've got 3 of them on the inside. The amethyst spirit is in the tree of life. Great spot. Actions without spirit is empty. And it's also a little bit on true. And on true, spirit goes forward in humanity with your plan. Okay, then we have pyrite, which is your grounding stone, is in air and present. In the air, which grounding in the air, mental actions are the path for your abundance. And in present, values being purified now. So your values are being purified. Then you've got calcite, which is the mind, is in air and earth, which is a really good spot to be in for calcite.
Mm-hmm.
And that is your mind, like I said, air and earth. Air is thoughts are all important, and earth, final thoughts on the situation are coming. And then you've got sodalite, your clarity is in fire. Use the ideas you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. And then fusite is in water, which is a good place. That's flowing. Your body is basically flowing in water. And that is helps from grounding elements. So that's a really good reading. I feel like your amethyst being in tree of life and harmony and true is really going to set the path forward for February. And pyrite being in air and present are really good places for that stone. Fusite being in water, you're flowing with your ideas and what you're using them for. Fire, sodalite, the clarity is there. What did I say that was again? I'm sorry. Sodalite. Use the ideas you carry from your past, which is a really good thing. And then calcite is in earth and air, which
Love
is your
that.
mind. So
Sorry.
excellent reading for February.
I love my cat, but not when he sits on the cloth when I'm throwing stones. Vonna says, I love that, Vicky. I really feel like I'm moving into a new level of understanding and finally putting things into action. That's awesome.
You're welcome. Okay,
so
very good.
Because we don't have that many people here tonight requesting, I'm gonna because I was gonna do like I'll do one, you do one, but we can both do them. I'm gonna give you guys a shot of my table to do Ivana's reading so you can see where everything lands, but then I'm gonna have to turn it off because for whatever reason my camera won't switch. It'll switch, but then it doesn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can see that okay? So that's my table. And here we go for Ivana. Okay, so we're going to start over here with your amethyst. Okay, your amethyst landed in the throat chakra, which is truth. Amethyst, again, is your spirit. So this is spirit shines through self-expression. Okay, and we're going to go over here to your pyrite, which is your grounding stone that's landed in the element of air. And that is mental actions are the path for your abundance. Okay. Now, of course, when we have a stone that lands on multiple lines, you have to read multiple columns. So your fuchsite, which is your body, has landed between water and fire. So we'll read both of those. Fire, first of all, is embody your past. And water says help from grounding elements. Your orange calcite landed between water and fire, mostly in water, but a little bit in fire. So we'll read both of those. Orange calcite, again, is your mind, right? So first of all, for fire, it says, do not become tied to false energy of the past. Water, let go of limitations. So if there's something in the past that you feel has held you back, or giving you some doubt or some negativity, if that kind of creeps up, like self-sabotage kind of vibes there a little bit, or oh, now's not the right time. Like if there seems to be something that you want to do, but for whatever reason something keeps knocking on the side of you going, hey, maybe not now, don't pay any attention to that, right? Work that out. Now we come over here to your sodalite. Your sodalite is your clarity, and it has landed in all the tiles. It is false, and the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra, and a little bit in fire and a little bit in earth. So basically we're reading the whole sheet to Ivana. Here we go, my friend. Again, sodalite is clarity. So we start with the heart chakra, and we have in the heart chakra, where's the heart chakra? Come on, wherever we are. Here we are. Wisdom comes from clarity of emotions. Solar plexus chakra, which is your power seat, more than one way to express power and move forward. So those two things go together, right? Keep your emotions in check. Take a walk back if you need to, right? Take a break, come back, revisit, take a new perspective, right? A little bit in restate, just cause. Dilemma not well defined. Again, that whole thing, right? Keeping your emotions and the logic free flowing, I want to say to you. And then we're going to go to the earth element. You have many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. So as you navigate, you may feel like you just said, like you feel like you're onto something, but you're going to have those doubts that are going to pop up. Take that step back when that happens and think about how best do I serve myself. If there's uncertainty, that's okay, because a step is a step. It may not feel like you're going in the right direction, but every step represents growth. So don't be afraid to dip your toe in the water, right? The beauty is in the journey, not just the destination. Love that. All right. And Deborah wants a reading. Absolutely. Okay. And so that's what I got for you, Ivana. Hope that helps, my friend. Jessica Lynn is up next. And Ivana says, yes, I feel that both of these readings are just confirming that it is really time to move forward on some things. Thanks. You're very welcome, my friend.
Very
All right,
welcome.
Jessica Lynn is up next. And go for it, Miss Vicky. You are on the hot seat.
Whoa. Okay. Well, we've got 5 stones, and 2 of them are in one spot, and 2 of the others are in one spot, and then the other one is way over here. Okay, you've got calcite, which is the farthest out, in the heart, which is also love, which is awesome. That's your mind. Your mind is, you're thinking with your heart. Let me find it. Just a second. Oh, there it is. Mind is being opened by the heart, which is really good. All right. Then we have fusite and we have pyrite right on the line between water and fire. All right. And fusite is the body. And in water, it is helps from grounding elements. And in fire, embody your past. So I feel like you're thinking with your heart and you're embodying the past to help you make decisions. And then amethyst, your spirit, is in air, which is a really good spot. Spirit transforms your thinking. And then sodalite, your clarity, is also in air. Be sure your thoughts are clear. So I love that reading. For February, it looks really clear that you're thinking with your heart, you're feeling all the emotions, but yet you're leading with things that you know are true. And I think that's a really good place to be going into a new month.
Isn't it just though?
Yeah.
I love that. Hi, Ellen, by the way, and yes, I've got you on the list, love. Okay, here we go. Jessica Lynn. All right. We're going to start over here with the sodalite, right, which is your clarity. It's landed in the tile of future. And that says, ideas planted at this time will flourish. So as we start the new month, this is a time for, right, getting rid of what no longer serves us, you know, setting our intentions and our and manifesting, even going so far as, like, you know, maybe like a vision board. I'm feeling, thinking about what it is that I want to do. I'm sort of pulling in what Vicky said, right? Really planting the seeds for the future, that kind of vibe. Okay. Now we move to the amethyst, which is your spirit, and that's landed in the tile of present, right? And that says spirit changes are happening right now. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to signs and synchronicities, right? Songs playing on the radio, you know, cardinals flying by the window, loose change, those kinds of things, okay? There's clarity in those messages and confirmation and acknowledgments, right? Maybe you're pulling cards for yourself, like that kind of thing. Just pay attention to reoccurring themes because they're letting you know that you're on the right path or pointing you in a particular direction. Orange calcite, this is your mind, and it's landed in the element of earth. And orange calcite in earth is final thoughts on a situation are coming. So if you feel like you have been confused or stuck or feeling like not uncertain, but you're not completely committed to something, keep trying, keep that forward momentum going, because things are becoming more clear, right? The messages, the spirit, you know, you see what I'm saying here? Like it's starting to fall into place, right? All right, your grounding and your fusite, which is your body, and your grounding stone have both landed in the element of fire. So for fusite, which is your body, embody your past. And for the grounding stone, it says, clarification comes from from dealing with your past. So without knowing that those two were there, and we went back we go back to the confirmation from spirit and the release, and I said the manifesting and the visualization and the start of a new month and getting rid of what no longer serves you. This is what this is talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are things that happen to us in our lifetime where we don't deal with them, and sometimes we're not even aware of them. And as we work on ourselves, as we go down this lovely, journey of life, things creep up, things trigger us, things take us to a certain place, a song, whatever it might be, a person, and they pop up at the most unexpected times. And it's never too late to peel that onion back and to do some repair work on yourself, whether it is necessary, meaning like I have to deal with this because it's causing me, conflict in my life, or I just want to not carry this weight around. It's in service to yourself, right? And so something that has happened in your past that you may feel like you have dealt with, just continue that practice, right? Whether you journal, whether you visualize, whether you meditate, whether you do a release ceremony, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a small thing. It can be specific. It can be all encompassing. Release the backpack of weight that you carry around and get rid of what no longer serves you, right? When you get rid of the old stuff, you make way for new stuff. And the second thing I want to add to that is you review the past and pull the lessons forward so that you can implement them as you move forward. Because not everything is a mistake from the past, right? I don't even like the word mistake. But there's things that we have done that are helpful, no matter what the outcome was. Like now I know what I don't like, right? So now I can focus on the things that I do like. That kind of thing. It's not, I don't find this as negative. I think this is really positive. What it's telling me is that you have everything that you need, like your toolbox, if you will, is full of all of the resources that you can possibly want so that you can put your best foot forward. That's what I'm getting for this. But release what doesn't serve you and really amp up the where do I see myself going and how am I going to get there? And just every day, like dive in with both feet. That's what I have. It's a really beautiful reading.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda. Absolutely. I've got you. And hi, Judith. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So now we go to Maria. And Maria says, hi, I'm wondering how many kids you see me having. I'm 32 years old. I do want 3, but how many do you see me having? I don't know that the tarot, or sorry, the what are we doing? The Oracle Garden.
Oracle Garden.
Can help us. Like, we can't answer that question, but we can give you an energy reading like we're doing for everyone else. So Maria, you let us know in the comment section if you want that or not. And Jessica says these readings really resonated. Thank you for the confirmation. We appreciate it. Maria, if you're still here, let us know if you want. Okay, just an energy. All right, so
Okay,
I'll put that back up. And you are up, Miss Vicky.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Well, let me see here. I've got heart and solar plexus in clarity. All right. And that is more than one way to express power and move forward. And wisdom comes from clarity of emotions. And then your calcite, your mind landed in false and earth. Your mind is misleading, and it's also in earth, which is final thoughts on the situation are coming. So I don't think the universe has really decided that yet. That's going to be a lot up to you. And let me see, your pyrite is in the path forward in earth. Okay, more of the abundance is to be created, and it's also in earth, and there's more to be brought forward. Your fusite is in air. Spirit transforms your thinking, and I'm sorry, that was amethyst, which is in the same spot, and also in water. Your amethyst is spirit transmutation is completed, which means you know what you want. So the path forward is up to you in spirit. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I really think with the energies that I'm seeing, I think it's going to be up to you and spirit, and of course, whoever is involved.
I
So
sort of can I add something, Vicky? I
sure.
feel like the only because I've read for Maria before.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes when you read for people, if you remember the readings or just like the energy around the readings, and then you
Hmm.
hear another reading, like I'm listening to the reading as if I was Maria, right? And
Yeah.
you said emotions, and like I was like ding, 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 ding. So that to me says that there's some emotions that need to be still worked through, cleared up, dealt
Absolutely.
with, reflected on, that kind of thing. And she says in the chat that she's a Scorpio
Hmm.
and you are a water sign. So
Yeah.
emotions could be something that, you could be like overly sensitive or not or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
just continue to do the work. The reading says to me, Maria, that you are doing the work that is necessary. So continue to do the
Yeah.
work. You're headed in the right directions and continue to sort it out. So I'm going to throw some stones for you. But before I do, thank you, Maria. She said, I love Kat. I appreciate that very much. You're very kind. Deborah says, woohoo, you got all the energy going in here tonight, Kelly. Love it. I love it too. Thank you, my friend. Judith, I have you on the list. All right. So here we go. This is for Maria. All right. So we're going to start with your pyrite, which is landed in the element of earth. Pyrite is grounding. Okay. More to be brought forward. So the exact same as what Vicky was getting is exactly what I said before I even tossed the stones. Continue to do the work. Right?
Hmm.
Listen, this is just, like a Kelly statement. This has nothing to do with anybody else here, but, I often say to myself as a reminder, I'm almost 60 years old, as we've just discovered backstage tonight because I forgot how old I was. And so at 59 and a half, I forget sometimes that it took, 45 years or whatever for me to like uncover that I had like X issue, right? So why is my expectation that I'm going to have this resolved or fixed or whatever, in a couple of weeks' time? It doesn't make sense, right?
No.
But we fool ourselves into thinking because I'm working so hard that like any minute now, this should be over. And so be kind to yourself in this
Yeah.
process and celebrate all achievements. Doesn't matter what achievement it is, right? So now we're going to go to your amethyst, which is your spirit, and that's landed between present and future. Okay. So future says, be patient. The transmutation is not ready. Literally, this is kind of freaking me out because the tile is, I'm going to say it and then the tile is confirming it. So be patient with yourself, right? Be kind to yourself. In present, it says spirit changes are happening now. And I believe that is tying into what I was getting from Vicky when I said, like, you're doing the work and not showing, right?
Yeah.
Now, only you can tell us this, Maria, if you feel comfortable, but do you feel like things are getting easier? I can tell just by the question that you asked that you're in a totally different vibe than you were the last couple of times you were in here. And nothing makes me happier than feeling that things are getting easier. And I love that. Orange calcite is in water. Orange calcite is your mind. And that is let go of limitations.
Yeah.
It's hard when you've gone through a challenging time to not be afraid or, not willing to like run into the burning building, if you will. The walls will have to come down. You have to have faith and you have to have trust. And sometimes that's really difficult. It is challenging. But know that you are being guided. That's what this whole message is about. You are on a path and you are being guided and you are being sort of shown which way they want you to go. And you're putting in the work. And so all things are falling into the right places. Now, we're going to go over here to the fuchsite, which is your body. That's landed in the past. And that says, look to previous forms that have served you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when we feel like we've made an error or a situation ended badly and, we just like want to like wipe it off the list completely as if it never existed. But we can learn things from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is about picking out the good from a really ugly situation. So continue to do that whenever you feel you can, right? Without getting involved in the emotions of the situation or the circumstance, right?
Yeah.
Celebrate the good things. Look at the things that weren't so hot and be like, okay, how can I change that and make that better for myself, right? So you're constantly evolving, constantly working, constantly moving. Now, here's the interesting one. This is your clarity, and it landed dead smack in the middle of all four elements. That's not an accident. All right, so we're going to read all of the elements. We're going to start with air. Be sure your thoughts are clear, right? So what are your intentions? Fire. Use the ideas that you carry from your past and past life for a solution. Again, tapping into I know what I want and I know what I don't want. I know what I like and I know what I don't like. Use those to implement the formula moving forward, right? Because it's always changing, always changing. Earth. You have many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. Again, continue to do the work. You're being guided. I swear, this is freaking me out. Next is the water, and that is you have the clarity that you need. Follow one of the paths and use your life force to resolve your situations. To me, that's about believing in yourself, right? Like you have all the tools that you need, right? You're smart, you're loving, you're kind, right? Your head is in the right spot, your heart is in the right spot. But it's like taking the time. It's like the timing of it is the thing that I feel would be most beneficial for you to embrace. Meaning, don't freak out. Sit back, relax. Like if I'm getting all my words are getting all jumbled up. So let's say that there's a situation that you have where you walk into something and you're like, I don't like how this feels. And then like that panic ensues, right? And you're like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's the point. That's the part I'm talking about. Don't panic, right? Nothing bad is going to happen. And that's the thing that you have to always keep in mind. Take a step back, regroup, think, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of vibe, and keep forging forward. All right. So we're at 36 minutes, and we still have a few more to go here. That is Maria's. Thank you so much, Maria. We're going to go to Ellen, and I'm going to let Vicky do Ellen's, and then I'm going to do Deborah's.
Okay.
So you do Ellen's, and then I'll do Deborah's.
All right, Ellen.
Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here.
Yes,
Please
thank
make sure
you.
you give a thumbs up. I'm going to stick Vicky's link in the chat while Vicky's doing her thing here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know how I love my sticky notes on my computer. I have like sticky notes that are
Me too.
notes.
I
Well,
do
actually,
that too.
this is a computer program, sticky notes. But oh my God, I have so many right now that I can't find anything that I'm looking for. It's really embarrassing.
Okay. All right, Ellen. You've got your mind is in air, which is a good spot, and it's got a little bit of it in water. Thoughts are all important, and let go of limitations. So you're limiting yourself by overthinking. Then your fusite is in air and earth, and that is ground your thoughts, and physical changes are coming. So be careful of what you're doing, watch your energy, and ground your thoughts. And then sodalite is way up here in throat chakra, which is truth, and heart chakra, which is love. And that is your clarity, which is ideas for wisdom will flow freely. That was your heart. And then your throat. I'm sorry, that was your throat. I'm sorry. Your heart is wisdom comes from clarity of emotions, which is flowing freely. And then your pyrite, you've got some good stones in a lot of really good places. Your pyrite, your body is in solar plexus, which is your power center, and your heart, which is I'm sorry, I'm still looking for it. Solar plexus is burns out the self-doubt that blocks power, which is really good. And then, which is what I just said, your power center. And it's also in heart, which is encourages understanding that all is not in the physical realm. So it's saying encourages understanding that all is not in the physical realm. So it's not all in your physical realm. It's not all in your power. It's not all in your mind. It's a lot is left up to spirit also. So you need to bring in that belief, that power in your solar plexus. Then your amethyst, which is spirit, is in path forward and earth. I keep getting all these stones that are in 2 or 3 places at once. Balance your energy to move ahead is your path forward. And in earth, spirit transforming, but not yet finished. So you're still moving through that energy. You're still going through that energy. And then calcite, your mind. Did I already say that?
I think so.
Okay. Is water and air. No.
Ellen said, can you explain what the second one means? You said something about physical changes are coming. So that would be her fuse site.
Fuse site. Okay. Physical changes are coming. It's on air and earth. Okay, let me see. Let me get back to it here. Sorry about that. Well, you've got to ground your thoughts. That's the air portion of it. And physical changes are coming. I believe that's in the energy and in everything coming forward in the month of February. It's just
Yeah.
basically energy, physical changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that was my reading.
And Deborah's helping. I love that. Deborah said, just sub to Vicky. Thank you. Let's all subscribe and show our love and support. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And Deborah also says, Ellen, you are developing new gifts and abilities within yourself. Do not be afraid of them.
Absolutely.
Like, it's hard to remember that these things are energetic, right? And that's the whole point. So when you see that tile that says physical changes are coming, I often think of this as, I have like an increased ability to do something that, like maybe you're feeling super tired, but now all of a sudden I'm going to have like this burst of energy, right?
Exactly.
All right.
And with that pyrite in the solar plexus and in the heart, that has a lot to do with that too.
Yes. Absolutely. It's interesting, and I'm going to use this this moment to self-promote because, it's my channel. I can do what I want. Ha ha, I'm kidding. So coming up in the month of February, I have, as you guys know, I used to do these talks where we talk about a particular thing. And so one of these things that we're talking about right now, a power surge, is kind of all encompassing, and I'm going to give you 3 of them. So one is called reset, one is called unplugged, and one is called breathe. And that's all I'm telling you. But watch out in the month of February. We'll be doing those, and we'll have a good chit chat. And you know how we do it, friends. You know how we do it. Okay. I'm going to do Deborah, and then you are going to do Linda, and then I'm going to do Judith. And hi, Gina, by the way. Gina's place is here. Ellen says, wonderful. I've been working on things lately. I'm doing yin yoga and somatic yoga to release stuck emotions and energies. Good for you, Ellen. We should all live by that example. I was talking to my sister on a side note. I was talking to my sister, who is 5 years younger than me, last Sunday morning. And she says to me, I'm on my way to hot yoga. And I'm like, I'm on my way to get a brunch. Like, what? Hot yoga. But I mean, because we're like oil and water. We're so opposite, right? And I'm like, good for you. I mean, I'll be there in spirit for sure. I'll be your I was a cheerleader, so I'm like, I'll be your cheerleader. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, my idea of hot yoga is eating a chocolate bar, watching hot yoga on TV. So, I do not encourage that. Anyway, purposes only, friends. What can I tell you? All right, for Miss Deborah. All right, here we go, my friend. Here we go. We have a fluff on the table. All right, orange calcite, which is your mind, has landed in the path forward. It says, mind is open, watch for signs. I mean, Deborah, did you really need me to tell you that? Watch for signs. Your sodalite, your clarity, has landed in the sacral chakra, creativity, and that says... Let me get my sheet flipped over here. Creativity needed to harmonize with intention. So if you are trying to manifest something, if you're trying to, put something out into the universe, Do I remember correctly, Deborah, that you draw when you meditate, or some form of like almost like automatic writing ish kind of vibe I get? Am I remembering correctly that? If you do that already, continue to do that. Okay, yes, okay, thank you. It's nice to know that the mind is still semi-operational at times, but continue to do that, and really tune into your intuition when you are doing that, because I feel like there's messages. You know how like you look at a card, for example, and like you see something right away, and then if you leave it out, you can go back and look at it again, and you might see something completely different because it's a different moment that you've looked at it. There's like stuff in there that's going to spark some passion within you, that's going to help formulate those intentions and keep them going, right? All right, moving on to the fuchsite, which has landed in the element of air. And that says, oh, sorry. I forgot the camera's right in front of me. I'm like, no, what does this say? Sorry, friends, sorry. That says, ground your thoughts. Okay, now the amethyst and the grounding stone have both landed in present. So we will go there next. And it says, for your amethyst, which is spirit changes are happening now. So again, this whole like watch the signs, pay attention to the creativity, right? Now your grounding stone, it says values being purified now. Honestly, it's going to make me cry.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, like without outing, you've gone through a horrific situation. Whatever spirit is giving you right now, and whatever spirit is bringing forward to you in the month of February, it feels like it's all good and it's all positive and it's very motivating. And so use it to take inspired action, to continue that momentum forward. And honestly, my friend, I love you, and I wish you every blessing that I possibly could for the month of February and beyond, that you get through this, get past this. And I couldn't be happier for this reading for you. And now I can't see because I've got tears in only one eye, because I'm that person.
Yeah.
All right. We move on now. Thank you, Deborah, so much. I just love you, my friend.
That was beautiful.
We have Linda Ann, who would like a reading, and I will go to Vicky for that.
All right, Linda.
I need an iron.
See what I've got here
for my cloth. You know, because it goes in the
little tiny pieces of pyrite all over my scarf here.
I replaced all of the stones except for the fuchsite, just because that's what happened. Like every time I tossed it, it was like dust everywhere from them.
Uh-huh. Okay, finally things are spread out a little bit here. All right, my fuchsite is in fire. Fuchsite is the body. Embody your past.
I'm trying to do a heart, and I'm like, which way is the camera? Oh my God. Sorry, Vicky. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, water. Your pyrite is in water, which is your grounding stone. Grounding changes are settling into long-term patterns. So you've got to be careful about where you put your energy and how you're moving it, because it is going to settle into a long-term pattern. So keep your thoughts, your energy, everything positive. Your amethyst is in air, which is your spirit. Spirit transforms thinking. Did I already read that? I'm having a horrible time tonight. Okay, so light is in present.
Between the two of us, we'll get it right, you guys.
Okay. So light for clarity. Clarity of is of the variety of paths. So you've got a variety of energies coming at you. So you've got to harness that and think about where you want it all to go. And then calcite your mind is in restate. Restate. Think of how a situation is viewed. Rethink, which is basically what I just said. Um, Remember to think about where you're putting your energy and your thoughts, because that's where your energy is going to go, and that's where it's going to settle. So
Linda,
I mean, you can always change it, but you've gotta think about what you're doing and where you're putting your energy
I'm
and where
sorry,
you're putting
I
your
can't
thoughts.
help it. I feel like I just, you said that, and I just like immediately like sort of flashed a hamster wheel. And so I don't feel,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're feeling a little bit scattered. I mean, let's face it, we're all feeling scattered because like it's a you know what show out there. But if you're feeling scattered, then this reading is just telling you just to like dial it back a bit and try to like really force yourself to focus on, you know, self-care, compassion, and understanding towards yourself. That's what I got. Sorry, Vicky. She
That's
says,
okay.
Linda says Leo, she's a Sun Leo, a Libra rising, and a Sagittarius
Yeah.
moon.
I was going to say that. Yeah, I see. I'm a Libra sun, Capricorn rising, and I feel like my energy's all over the place right now. And
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get myself grounded into all this new energy coming at us.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
a
know it's
I'm a Leo sun, a Leo rising, and an Aquarius moon, because why wouldn't I be? You know, I'm opposite attracts within myself. Thank you. But so I feel very much like a pendulum, right?
yeah,
Like I'm all over there, and then 5 minutes later I'm all over here. There's no like in between for me.
yeah.
So basically, I'm a mess, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I
All
didn't mean
right,
to like interrupt your flow.
that's all right. I'm done.
Okay. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for popping in, my friend. Appreciate you. All right. So, next up, last actually, hopefully I didn't forget anybody. If I did forget you, if you asked for a reading, please do pop it in the chat. If I did miss you, I apologize. Judith is here, and she would like to have a reading. And here we go. You're not too late, Judith. You're just in time, my friend. All right, here we go for Judith. Nice and spread out. Nice and spread out. We're going to start with your sodalite, which is your clarity, which is landed in present. Okay. And that says clarity of the variety of paths. So picking up on that, like, I don't know what to do kind of vibe. I don't feel stress about that. I don't feel like that's a constant. I just feel like when like one thing is okay, two things, yeah, no, okay, yep, I got it. Three things, you're like, oh my God, okay, hold on a minute. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes things are going a little too fast. So you're like, oh, wait a minute, got all the balls in the air. Something's going to happen. It feels like that. Solar plexus chakra for your fuchsite, which is your body. Okay. Solar plexus is your power seat. That's where your confidence comes from, like your empowerment kind of vibe, right? And that says, body will bring forth power. So if you think about what we just said here, right? One thing happens, we're good. Two things happen, you're okay. Three things happen, you're like, now hold on just a second. What the heck is going on, right? As soon as we start to stress, like sabotaging our body in a way, right? Because we're not giving it what it needs. We're not telling it to go. We're telling it to go in 14 different directions. And sometimes when that happens, we like shut down. We curl up in a ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is saying that if one thing at a time, to-do list, right? Check off, check off, check off before you go to bed at night. Write that little list. Keep that book beside your bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you say before you go to bed, I worried about this today. I stressed about this today. I freaked out about this today. But guess what? Today is over. It's my time and I'm reclaiming my time. I'm not going to worry about this anymore. You close the book, put it in the drawer, and you go to sleep. That is a form of, releasing, right? So you're reclaiming your power, and that's what these two things are working in sort of conjunction with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your orange calcite landed in the element of fire, and your orange calcite again is your mind. It says, do not become tied to false energy of the past. I don't want to use Judith as an example here because this stone, but I think every single one of us, I don't care where you live, I don't care if you're an American citizen, I'm not trying to turn this political, but every single one of us is in this mindset at one point or another over the last couple of days, right? What in the giant H is happening, right? There's this like
Absolutely.
cloud of fear that is hanging over all of us. And so this is really difficult to navigate. This is where trust and faith and belief have to come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is when we got to shut down the noise, shut down the chaos, and concentrate on Judith or Vicky or Kelly or Deborah, right? If
Mm-hmm.
we are solid, if we are focused, if we are grounded, if we are empowered, if we are standing in our truth, then we can do what we need to do for ourselves. It's like your car. You got to keep your car maintained so that at any moment it can take you where you need to go. And that's that's just my opinion, but that's sort of how I feel about this stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your pyrite, which is your grounding, also landed in the element of fire. And that says, clarification comes from dealing with your past. So if there is a sense of familiarity about where you are now or where we are now in the world, that is bringing up stress and worry, as you just said in the chat, you have to tell yourself and rationalize that to yourself. You have to reflect on that. And it's horrible you have to go there, but you've got to go there to be able to bring the logic back to it and stop the emotions of the reaction, right? So here's the ticket. Again, not about Judith particularly, but I'm using this as an example to explain what I mean by this. I think all of us are feeling this again. And I feel like it wasn't easy, but we got through it. Whatever the situation was, we got through it. We're all still here. So that is the thing that we're going to tell ourselves as we go forward. Right now, it's a shit show, but I got through it. It's not probably going to be easy, but I'm gonna do it. I did it before, I can do it again, like that kind of vibe, right? This is what I'm getting from this, Judith. All right, your last one, your amethyst landed between future and a little bit in the air, so we will read both of those. Your amethyst is your spirit. So in the element of air, spirit transforms thinking. And future, are you ready for this one? Future says, be patient, the transmutation is not ready. And all that tells me to tell you is that you are guided and that you are protected and that you are being put on a trajectory that is meant for you. You know the saying, everything happens for a reason? but you have no idea what the reason could possibly be. And then we get caught up on the reason and why did that reason happen now, and all of the stuff that then comes from that, instead of worrying about like the path and what the path is showing us, right? We get caught up on the reason, the why of the reason, the how, the who, not the path. And when that happens, there's something that you're supposed to stop and learn. There's something you're supposed to take from that moment. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, I'm going to have to turn my camera off to turn my other camera back on, I think. I'm going to try it. I mean, on, whoops.
It's okay. I can still hear you.
Okay. I'll be back in 1 second, Vicky.
Okay. And I think one of the things that was also in that reading was with Kelly's reading was that the amethyst was also in air, which means spirit is transforming your thinking. And I really think spirit is working with us for us to believe and have faith that things are going to come out okay. That even though this is, like Kelly said, a shit show, we can get through this with help. And that's help from spirit and from our own belief and faith. Don't you think, Kelly?
Yes, absolutely. I'm just happy I'm back because I was like, I couldn't get it to work, but I'm
That's
back.
okay. I could have closed this out for you. That was our last reading, I think,
Right.
wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So I hope
Okay.
that made sense to you, Judith. I hope that everybody's readings made sense and that they resonate. I feel like those last 3 stones in your reading was really for you as well as everyone.
I think
and
so
that
too.
that reminds us that like
A
we're
lot of
not
times the
alone.
messages cross over for
Yeah.
multiple people. It's not just for one person.
Yeah, that
So
we're not alone in this difficult time, and so lean on who you have to lean on, and never forget that you have spirit, to be a guide, or a voice of reason, or a place of embrace, if you will, right?
yeah.
So just changing all my settings back to make sure that I'm like where I'm supposed to be. This is the same mental situation I had 6 years ago, and again 5 years prior to that. Yeah. I'm sorry that you're going through that, love.
Yeah.
And so that makes sense. So that's why you're stressed and worried, because it's like a repeat of before. And so
Yeah.
and I mean it's hard, right?
that.
Like it's hard to think of the situation and not think of just the bad stuff that happened, but try when you can, emotionally, when you feel like you can, to think about how did you navigate that, not the worry part, but what were the steps that you took to make sure that you were okay. That's what you've got to take away from that. And also reminding yourself that like you did it once before. It's crappy that you have to continue to go through this, but here you are.
Right? I went through that too, Judith. I mean, I was between houses and I made it through, thank God. Spirit always provides somehow. My girlfriend always told me, Vicky, you can fall into a pile of crap and get up with a rose between your teeth. She said, right. That's just the way it always is for you. And I believe that's the way it is for a lot of us.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say that. I'm going to share a little story with you, and I'm not trying to say like this can happen for everybody, but I just want to share this. So Never in my wildest imagination did I, like everyone, I never thought I was going to own a house, so expensive, blah, 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 yada, yada, so on and so forth. And it was like we moved into a rental place and it was horrible. And we went from one horrible, thinking that was the worst, into the next one, which was even worse than the first one. And that just like continued to be the theme. Mm-hmm. And the last place that we rented was this brand new building that was built, like brand new structure. And I think it was like a sixplex kind of deal. Mm-hmm. And what was really difficult, it was one of my customers at my workplace. And this gentleman moved in underneath us. We were on the top floor. He was underneath us. And I was told that he was a single fella. And I would hear this female voice receiving all sorts of physical stuff. And I just would lose my mind. That triggers me, from my childhood. And so anyway, I phoned the gentleman, my customer, my landlord, and I was a constant complainer. And I got every excuse under the sun as to why it was happening. It was like, I don't care. It's unacceptable what is happening. And so my husband, in a completely, unrelated incident, my husband was on vacation, and he had just taken his car to the car wash and fancied it all up and was going to a local car show. Mm-hmm. And it was a perfectly sunny day in the summertime, and he has to go around this little bend, and I guess his tires were wet or greasy from the wax or whatever, and his rear end kind of came out from around him or from behind him, and he got involved in an accident. Luckily, no one was hurt, and they wrote his car off. And I was like, that's it, we're done. Phoned the bank and said, now here in Canada, we have these pre-approved mortgages. So you go and you tell them who you are and what you are and where you work and all that kind of stuff. And you get like a pre-approved mortgage. So when you go out looking, you know what the heck you're looking for.
Right.
And we'll never forget that, because the guy, it was like a whole thing. Anyways, we don't need to get into all that, but I will mention this funny part, because the guy who was the bank person kept calling my husband by a different name. And it's like, at one point my husband said, if, whatever the name was, if so-and-so has better credit, then I'll be him. But otherwise, like, could you make us feel like you're actually like, like we're here in front of you talking,
giving you who we are.
Yeah. So anyway, we started looking, and we found our home. We looked at 63 houses. Yeah, 63. I thought the real estate agent was going to fire us if that was even possible. Because we were young and we'd never done that before, and we were nervous, and our budget was like not right. We wanted the sky and could have, what's that saying? Beer budget, champagne dreams, or whatever. Anyway, we bought our house, and I'll never forget that. Like just such a beautiful moment. And so the whole point of sharing that is, one horrible thing after another. And then that day, all of those things lined up, which seemingly had nothing to do with each other. Mm-hmm. That all led us to the point where we got the house. And when they told us that they accepted our offer, we didn't believe them.
Yeah.
And then it was like, do we
Been
tell
there.
anybody?
Been there.
Because we were afraid to say anything because we were like, can they change their mind? Like we had no idea what we were doing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the point that I'm trying to make is, you know, all these things have a way of working themselves out, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that you really got to hold on to. Now, she did say something here. Um, you're unemployed right now, and you know, Kelly, that here in Toronto you can't get a rental with no job. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Is it, Judith? And I'm not asking you to tell us here in the chat, but is it possible that you can move just like outside? I mean, even where I live, which is very far away from Toronto, you know, the rents are atrocious. But if there's a way that you can move a little further out, you can get a little bit more bang for your buck, or maybe consider a roommate. The point being that there are options, right?
Yeah.
There's always options. Anyway, with that being said, what is my calendar telling me that is happening? Because honestly, I don't know. Okay, I do know now. So I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I will be doing cards, February energies. And then on Saturday, which is the 1st, Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, Ivana Intuitive, and myself will be together. It will be simulcast on all 3 channels, and we're going to do Groundhog Day readings. We do those every year. It's sort of a positive spin on a shadow reading, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughter. So that is happening. And if you want to join the membership for Jez and Cats, it's right underneath the screen that you're watching. You'll see a join button right beside the name. Click on that button. It'll open up a window and tell you what you get and any other questions that you may have. Now, Miss Vicky, what do you have going on, love?
Yes, I have about 4 videos. I think it's 4, either 3 or 4 videos out right now. I'm going to be putting up another one probably in the next week. I've got a lot of health stuff going on with doctors and all that crap. So, you know, as soon as I can get one out, I will. But one of them is basically the story of how I got started and things I've been through in my life, that kind of thing. So, yeah, yeah. So people can get to know me a little bit. I just got started, so I'm still getting my feet wet with YouTube and doing all of that, and
And
it's
isn't it
a
fun?
process.
It's a treat. It's a treat.
Oh yeah,
It can be very daunting if you're starting a channel. It doesn't matter what kind of channel you're starting with. It can be very daunting.
absolutely.
But you know, I say if you want to start a channel, you just do it.
Yeah, that's what I did basically. Spirit was in my ear, saying, "Vicky, you got to do it. You got to do it." So
Yeah.
I finally just got on and did it. And then
Well,
all of a sudden, my
I'm glad
YouTube
that you.
recording quit working. So I had to figure out something else. And I had to buy a
Mhm.
whole new computer. I had to buy a new camera. It's been crazy. So,
Good times, friends.
yeah.
Judith says, Kelly, do you have a room for rent? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Judith, if I did, I would offer.
Yeah,
I do
same
not, my
here.
friend. I do not, unfortunately. All right, so we're gonna love you and leave you, and hopefully everybody is, continues to have a good week, and
Stay
don't let the
warm.
chaos,
If you're
don't
in
let
a,
the
in a cold place, stay warm.
right, don't let the chaos get to you. Deborah, you stay well. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend, and to all those that are affected by the wildfires in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And continue to be in that space. Our thoughts, our
Stay
hearts, our
safe.
prayers are there with you, and we are sending you all of the blessings to find the help that you so rightly deserve. To all the first responders that are there,
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
mean, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, right? There are so many weather things. They just got rain today. Apparently, they got like torrential
Yeah.
downpour, which
I'm
is
in Las
wonderful.
Vegas and we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. So it's moving from there to here. Yeah.
Good, good. Glad that they
Yeah.
got some rain.
We haven't had
All right,
rain in
friends.
190 days. So,
Yeah, that's what I heard. All right,
yeah.
friends. Stay safe, stay warm, or stay cool if you're in a hot place. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of your support, and we will see you when we see you next. And until then, many blessings.
Mwah.
Bye for
Bye,
now.
everybody.